This is a follow-up video from the video I did on the IPO for LYFT and LEVI. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, I will put the link in the description below, so you can click on that and watch part 1 of the video, and then you can come back and watch part 2 or vice versa. So anyway, the IPO, LYFT went IPO last week and LEVI went IPO the week before that, and they both are being sold off right now, so they are not doing as good as like some of the recent IPO, and they seem to be like doing more of a snap. So be careful, and this is just a quick review and a follow-up on what happened today on LYFT and LEVI, because they are continuing to be sold off. So let's go and take a look at that. First, we take a look at LYFT. From the first video that I put down, I did some projection here and was telling you to keep an eye on 74. You know, somewhere around the 74 area, and as you can see, it opened right near that 74 area, just you know, somewhere around 75 or so, and came all the way down and sold off, came down to this 69.25, and then kind of fluctuate, you know, to kind of consolidate here for a while, and then broke down again. And just the last, this is a 5-minute chart, so just the last 5 minutes, it seems to come back up a little bit. Now also the other thing is, notice that I have these volume profile, and the volume profile basically just kind of indicating where are the volume being traded on what price level, and that kind of give you some idea where people think there's a you know, fair value or excess, you know, the price is too high, price is too low. So I won't go into explaining the concept of volume profile in this video, but just kind of give you a quick glance at that, and also the what we call the delta. And the delta is basically between the you know, the transaction volume between the bid and the ask. If most of the transaction is occurring on the bid, then there's assuming that there's some you know, the anxious seller want to sell at the bid, right? And that is being highlighted with this little bit of a magenta color. And if there are a lot of buyer, and let's say the transaction is occur on the ask, that means there's some you know, anxious buyer, you know, eager buyer, so they don't want to wait, and they basically buying it on the current asking price, and that's where it highlighted by the green. So if there are more volume transacted on the ask than on the bid, then the net result will be green, right? But if there are more volume transacted on the bid than the ask, then there will be more volume on the sell side essentially, and that will represent the net difference of those you know, bid and ask volume with the magenta color. So as you can see, right, on last Friday when LYFT went public, you can see that it's just basically been sold off soon as after it opened, pretty much, and got a little bit of a buying here, right, and then it's continued to sell off again, and then a little bit of a buying here, and then it just basically sold off toward the close. And you can see today the same thing, right? You know, look at that, you know, basically sold off right here, and then there's a little bit of a buying here, and then continue to be sold off until, you know, all the way down here, even at the low, it's being sold off, and then at the close, basically got a little bit of a buying coming up, and even here, you know, the sell volume at this price, the sell volume still overwhelmed the buy volume. So you can see that it is still pretty weak. I would not go and you know, touch LYFT. That's my opinion, but who care what I think, right? But the thing is, looking at the price action, you know, I definitely would not go and try to catch a falling knife here, although, you know, a lot of people say the growth of LYFT, you know, kind of justify the valuation, but at least right now the market doesn't seems to think so. And also the other thing is I basically use the same technique as this right here on the measure move to get some projection where the next downside level might be. Not necessarily it will be, it just might be. Kind of get an heads up on what to look for. So basically measuring the range of this balance zone, and then just kind of project it on a 1x. That will bring it down to 67.38, and which is pretty close today. Came down close to that, but it hasn't touched it yet. But then also if it go down to 2x, then it could go down to somewhere around 65.51. So basically it's still looking for a lift to see where it could find some support. Once we see some support level and then start kind of stabilizing for a couple of days, then maybe one could start looking at the possibility of maybe making taking a small position or something, right? But right now definitely it doesn't seem like it is the appropriate level here to try to guess that is at bottom out. Right. So, and the next one is Levi. Also, you look at Levi. Right? Levi basically went public at 22, and then on that first day, it actually traded down at 22. Right? And again, you can see that. Let me see. Yeah. So you can see that there are a lot of sell volume here also on the day of IPO. And same thing with the following day. And essentially, even on this little kind of consolidation, you still got a lot of sell volume here. And the only day that actually have a lot of buying was last Friday. You see all these green delta here. That tell you that, basically just kind of buying it up. And you see that it actually closed, it came up to 23.74, and it closed up here. Let me see what was the close here. Let's see, and see if I get the price here. It's closed at 23.55. Right. But then again, today, if you look at today here, look at today. Let me get rid of this here. I think something is okay. So if we take a look at today price action, see when it opened over here and got a little bit of a buying, then it start to exhaust the buyer, and the seller step back in, and you see that it just basically just kind of sold off throughout the day. Got a little spotty buy in here. There's some buying up here, down here, somewhere around this 23 area. Remember I was saying that, keep an eye on this balance zone between 23 and 22. Right? So basically, you might see a little bit of a support there. And that's basically what it did. Got a little bit of a buying here, and that's where we got some of these green delta here. And then after exhaust those buyers, then it just kind of sold off, continued to sell off again. Right, so right now I'm still kind of keeping an eye on Levi and see would it come back down to this 22 area. Then I'd be watching for price action to see is that a good level to start maybe consider going along. But right now it's kind of iffy to try to catch it up here at 23. Right, so that's a quick review on the LYFT. And on Levi, hope your days have been going well. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any comment or your perspective on these stock, put it put it in the comment section below. And I'm look forward to hear about your perspective, what you think about these stock. And if you're not a subscriber to my video channel here at YouTube, click on the subscribe button down here at the lower right hand corner, and be sure to click on that bell icon, so when I have a new video upload to my channel, you'll be notified. And best of luck to you, and have a great rest of the day.